and welcome to this episode of Sea Trade Maritime in Conversation podcast series. My name is Emma Howell and I am Director of Content at Sea Trade Maritime. Today I have the pleasure of talking to Christoph Döring, Head of Customer Services, Mobile Harbour Cranes and Reachstackers. Welcome, Christoph, to this episode, and I look forward to our conversation. Let's start by you telling me a little bit about yourself.
First of all, hello, and thanks for having me here. So, I'm Christoph Döring, the Head of Customer Service for Mobile Harbour Cranes and Reachstackers from Liebherr Maritime in Rostock. And I'm responsible for all the service activities for the mentioned products, the Mobile Harbour Cranes and Reachstackers, from our OEM, from the main factory in Rostock, distributing our services worldwide over our mixed sales companies and dealerships and so on and so forth. So in this specific role, I'm pretty new. I started as the Head of Customer Service for Mobile Harbour Cranes and Reachstackers from the beginning of June. But since I'm with Liebherr since 2015, I'm in customer service and made several roles and made my way up over there. So I was head of customer service for the Reachstackers, especially before. So it's a common business for me, let's say.
Thanks, Christoph. Sounds a varied and interesting role. Can you tell us a little bit more about what customer services does and can provide?
Yeah, customer service, we can divide it into different pillars. So there is the classic field service activities. So if there's equipment somewhere in the world, it needs to be maintained. Therefore, we have field service engineers all over the world to serve our customers with labor. We are providing them with the needed spare parts for that. That's the second pillar. It's the parts business and one of the most important businesses, I would call it. And then there are several other pillars we build up, which are digital solutions, which are services around the Mobile Harbour Cranes and Reachstackers, especially for me, so around our equipment. And that is mainly what we are focusing on, is classic service activities as field service and parts service. And the rest are products we are providing, overhaulings and so on and so forth. But we can dive deeper into that later on, I would say.
So the key to a happy customer and a mark of success is availability on a global scale.
Yeah, so in general, we can break it down to a small formula, which is availability. So we are providing a specific equipment and it needs to be available when it's needed. So, and that is the main need of our customers. So, and then we can split it up from that and beginning with technical advisory for questions about the equipment, how it works, little malfunctions or the usage of the drivers. Did I press the right button, to keep it in simple words? Goes further with I need maintenance stuff, so please send over an engineer for regular maintenances and so on, and also provide us with the needed parts for that. And what we see is that availability is key to our customers, and we do our utmost to bring that to the highest level. And as we are acting worldwide, so we are dealing also with different time zones. Therefore, we are decentralized, organized. We have 42 mixed sales companies all over the world to have the closest support, that we are as close to the needed spot as possible. So, and that is, at the end, it's pretty simple explained, but it costs a lot of efforts to fulfill it.
You mentioned 42 global sales companies. What does that reach actually look like?
We are literally global. It's on every continent. It's from New Zealand over Australia, the whole Pacific region, in Asia, in the Middle East, in Europe, as we are a European manufacturer, so we are strong there as well. Then goes over to Africa and South America and North America, and then we are back at New Zealand.
I'm guessing that the importance of global and remote reach was made ever more important by the pandemic. You mentioned 2019 as a key turning point in global remote support to really look after your customers' needs. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so to overcome that, what you described is first of all that we are decentralized organized, so that we have entities all over the world with local spare parts supplies, local stockings, local engineers. It's also interesting when it comes to intercultural things, so that local persons, that our local customers are working with local people because they understand them cultural wise. So that's important for us as well. One of a new pillar we built is a remote service we are offering to our customers. And that becomes more and more interesting because we are available right at the spot when our clients needs us or have a specific technical question. And we invented that product in 2019 because we saw, okay, availability to our customer needs some sorts of leveling up our internal efficiency. So we measured the travel times of our engineers, and in some regions, the specific labor time an engineer has, and he was locked up to 40% into airplanes, taxis, so he was on travel. And that is knowledge which is not available either for us nor to our clients, which makes no sense in a digitized world. So therefore, we invented that specific product, XpertAssist, which is our remote service tool, where this technical knowledge is available for our customers when he needs it. And that is what we want to achieve with that, because that goes directly to productivity and availability of the equipment for our clients.
And can you give us some examples of how customer service supported its customers during and beyond the pandemic?
The time during the pandemic was a stressful time, so every customer service organization worldwide might imagine what I'm talking about. And it was a real help that we were on the front foot with developing such a service. So one of our core values is we want to be, or we are, an innovative manufacturer. We are innovative as a company. So luckily, we were on the front foot during that time, and it helped us a lot. We offered that specific service to our clients for free because we couldn't travel anymore. So the border crossings were nearly impossible, and that for a certain period. So we are talking about, in some specific areas, about 2 years. And need to grant and want to stick to our promise, what we want to give to our clients, that we are a surplus manufacturer with a surplus service. That is what you can expect from Liebherr. And it helped us a lot. We had different projects, first assemblies of cranes. We had to make remotely. There was a reach stacker assembled during that period in Bangladesh. So the client never saw that equipment before and now needs to support us with the assembling. And we did it remotely. Every instruction was made remotely. The quality steps were taken. The measurements we want to have were made on that specific base. It took a little bit longer, but it was possible. And that is, that was great, that experience.
That's amazing. So XpertAssist was able to deliver on Liebherr's promise to deliver innovation through the best possible technical expertise.
Yeah, correct. The promise we want to give to our clients is to have the best technical expertise that we can offer and we can provide. So we are professionals, we know our equipment, we know how it shall look like and should look like and how it should not look like, and to help our clients in case of a need immediately.
If you're enjoying the Seatrade Maritime podcast, make sure you never miss an episode by subscribing on the app of your choice.
Christoph, can you tell us a little bit more about how a customer would use the XpertAssist and what benefits does it bring the customer?
Yeah, so from the software side of view, it's pretty simple. You can download that specific software out of every app store, whether it's iOS or Android. And then you are registering yourself, and we unlock that account so that there's also a routing behind it, so that you get in contact with the person dedicated to your needs. And one of the biggest advantages we see is that every mixed sales company, in case of or if there's a bigger case or a specific one, it can be directly routed to the headquarters where I am, to my team, that we are reviewing it and bringing the solution for it as soon as possible.
And the benefits?
Yeah, the benefits is we are cutting one step out of the normal process of field service. I want to describe the normal field service business. So if a customer has a malfunction on his equipment, he's calling us and we are sending an engineer out. He's making him aware of the situation on site, most likely traveling back, organizing what he needs to fulfill the job, whether it's a spare part or special toolings or whatever. Then there is a second attendance on site and the problem will be solved. So what we want to do is to hire or to level up the efficiency. And by cutting out the first attendance, to make ourselves aware about the situation with a direct video and audio connection to guide the on-site personnel to that specific spots, what we want to see, to make us fully aware about the situation and either solve the problem directly so that the equipment is available in a second, or make ourselves aware about what is needed and have only one attendance, which saves time and saves money because one attendance is lost and it saves a lot of time and money for the customers.
So not only is XpertAssist a support to customers, but it's sustainable, environmentally friendly, and saves money for the customer.
That's a benefit for sure, as traveling becomes, first of all, more and more complicated when we are talking about crossing borders and traveling to different countries. So there are more and more restrictions for that. That's one thing. The environmental footprint or our carbon footprint, to lower it down, is a specific reason to do so and to put more efforts into such solutions. For my specific area, as I'm responsible for the mobile Harbour Cranes and Reachstackers, we assembled a reach stacker in Bangladesh, as I described, and also had commissioning jobs for a mobile Harbour crane in Argentina, in Brazil. So we dedicated a team here who was overviewing and preparing everything. And we could make it happen that we are bringing equipment out in the field, assemble it and handing it over in a perfect condition to our customers that he's able to work with and to stick to our contracts.
So how did XpertAssist come about? We've talked about the pandemic. Was that the trigger for this or was it already in development?
It all started with availability. So there is a customer expectation, and sometimes it's also written in contracts that there's a specific availability of the equipment is necessary and key to our clients. Then we sat together and said, okay, how to deal with that and do it in a smart way, because you can challenge it with labor force or you can do it in the smart way. And we decided to go on the smart path to say, okay, let's think it differently. And it was a project team of many head of customer services. We involved our mixed sales companies in the development to see, is that what we are developing in that tiny little chamber, is that a thing which will be accepted in the market as well. And so I'm totally happy because I was personally fully involved into that product from the very beginning, and I'm very, very happy that we have it like this, that we are making a promise towards our clients in terms of expectations, in terms of our goals, that we can set our message, what we want to achieve with that, because at the end we want to make our clients with our equipment successful, and that is a little puzzle to achieve that.
We've also talked about innovation to support reaching net zero and the carbon footprint manufacturers like yourselves leave on the world. Tell us what the focus is now.
You mentioned it before when we were talking about net zero and the carbon footprint we are leaving as a manufacturer on that world. And we are focusing now as we have a big existing fleet in the field, to see, okay, what measurements can we do to prolong lifetimes of our equipment, to make it fit for the next generation of vessels, to make it fit for the next purpose, let's call it. The wind turbine industry is a big driver for us. The components are getting bigger, heavier, so bigger in terms of dimensions and heavier. So maybe the old crane is not able to do so. We are overhauling them. We are making the cranes, we call it stronger, faster, smarter, or greener. So there are several products which stick to one of that specific items. So when you need a stronger equipment, we take every measurement to make it stronger. If you need it faster, okay, then we are bringing maybe a new control system into your crane, which makes it faster. We make it smarter, that you can connect it to your own terminal operator system or whatever software you're using in behind to do the jobs. And we want to make it greener, to make it more reliable. So we are talking about electronic-driven cranes and so on and so forth. And we want to have a solution in place to modify existing cranes, that you not only have to rely on new equipment, and we can bring the existing equipment to the new needs.
And Christoph, lastly, tell us what 2024 looks like.
Yeah, 2024 is close ahead. And what we want to do is to keep an eye on that path of efficiency, of global responsibility in terms of our carbon footprint, and to achieve net zero. We are looking into our own company as corporate responsibility. So we are not alone in this world, and we know that. So our environment is constantly changing, surroundings are changing, and we have to adapt to it. Our clients have to adapt, and we want to adapt together, that we are fit for the next generation of cranes, that we are fit for the next years to come, to fulfill the purposes and needs for our clients.
Thank you for your time, Christoph. My name is Emma Howe, Director of Content at Seatrade Maritime, and today we've been in conversation with Christoph Döring, Head of Customer Services, Mobile Harbour Cranes, Reachstackers, as part of the Seatrade Maritime in Conversation podcast series. To hear this and more, search seatrade-maritime.com. Thank you for listening.